Happy Thursday, everyone, and welcome to Plexus Testimonies. I was going to say Pleximonies, which I usually do. So, thank you so much for joining us and taking time out of your evening to hear more about how this product is working in people's lives and what the changes are that can actually happen when you get your gut healthy. And we just love sharing these testimonies because they're encouraging, they're life changing. They help you even think of somebody who might be in your life that this could help. So, super excited about that. My name is Candy Jackson, and what we're going to do tonight is hear from Carol Van. She is our guest speaker tonight and her journey. And then I'm going to share a little bit about Plexus and why people are so excited about Plexus and why they are seeing transformation in their bodies because it's getting back to the root issues with gut health. So, anyway, super excited tonight to welcome all of you. And I want to go ahead and introduce our speaker tonight. And I'll tell you just a little bit about how I met Carol, which was way back in another life years ago. But the thing was on Facebook. So here's the beauty. Facebook has its perks and it has its sometimes craziness, but I always try to look for the good. And Carol had posted something, and she'll tell you the rest of the story. But I just saw that she was in the hospital, and I thought, oh my goodness, if somebody's in the hospital, I know Plexus can help them. It was just no doubt that if somebody is got some stuff going on, that if we can get to the root issues with the gut health, then this could help her. So I texted her and I said, when you get home from the hospital, let's connect. And that was a year ago in September already. And so she was on the couch and she was in lots of pain, and she'll tell you the story. And I, we just knew it was God connecting us and that she was going to give it a try because we got the 60-day money back guarantee, have nothing to lose. And so here we are celebrating 1 year later, and she's not laying on the couch. She's sitting on the couch and she has a powerful testimony. So, Carol, thank you so much for joining us tonight. And she's in Las Vegas. So, yeah, so we're so excited to have you. So, take it away.
Thank you. I would like to take a moment to just thank the Lord for the words He's given me tonight to share that will bring hope and encouragement to all who hear my testimony, because it has been a journey this last year. My wonderful husband is sitting right next to me listening to my testimony. But yes, it's been a year, and I was in the hospital for 2 weeks. And in that time, they had discovered 6 peptic ulcers from an endoscopy. But I was already dealing with other health issues: fibromyalgia, thyroid disease, borderline diabetes. I was on steroid inhalers for COPD. I dealt with a lot of brain fog. And because of all the pain, I dealt with depression, anxiety. It was just a plethora of stuff.
Mm.
So when I was getting home from the hospital, I prayed, Lord, I need your help. Nothing in my reality looks like your promises that you have given us, but I don't know what to do. And within 24 hours, you called me, Candy. So I knew you were an answer to prayer. And so for me to give Plexus a try was not a it was a no-brainer for me. I had nothing to lose. I was very sick. I couldn't even get from the couch to my bed without help.
Mm.
And so during that time, the doctors had me on 8 different prescriptions for all sorts of stuff. So I did what I could to do what the doctors had said initially, but I also contacted my youngest son, who's a personal trainer, and asked him to help me get my diet in order of things, as well as looking at the diet to heal the ulcers. And then in that time, of course, Candy and I hooked up. So a year later, in all of that, I'm only on 2 prescriptions now, one for the thyroid, and I'm hoping that my next labs for next month will be so balanced out that my doctor will let me not, I won't have to take the thyroid medicine anymore. That's the, let's see, the things I'm on currently, the Plexus supplements I currently take are the Slim Micro by the pink drink, which I love that one. That tastes so good. The Bio Cleanse, the Pro by 5, and then Ease, the capsules, and they're for pain relief, and they actually work.
Hmm.
Um, I encourage anyone who's going through health challenges to not give up because during this challenge, I was also diagnosed with breast cancer. And that was in December. May 17th, they took out the tumor from a lumpectomy. And at that point, they could not find any cancer cells in the tumor. So I knew between what I was doing and the faithfulness of God and the plexus, which really got my gut completely healed, I believe all of that was a factor. I also do my taekwondo and I do that online. And in the process of that, I did not want to give up that. And it was hard. There were times I wanted to give up because it was hard. When you're sick, trying to do something like that, it's like, but I just earned my brown belt and
Yay!
I've been doing it entirely online. And so, as my instructor had said today in class, when we have things and issues that are beyond ourselves, he encouraged us today in class to reach out. It's when you need a community and a village of people to help you in whatever capacity. And so, with that, I encourage people to reach out, not feel that they're alone in all of this because we are essential. The world needs us, God needs us healthy.
Hmm.
And so, my challenge to everyone is get quiet, get with God, ask for help in whatever areas you're challenged with, and then ask Him, what is my portion in this? Because there are things that we can do to improve our health. He promises us in Revelations 12:11 that we overcame by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. We're promised the healing, but the wholeness in Christ in that healing, I believe, comes from the word of our testimony. We're constantly sharing. So I encourage people to share their process, not just the end game, the process, and celebrate every little achievement you have because it keeps you positive. And then, as far as physical activity, I encourage everyone to move 20 minutes a day, whether it's doing martial arts online like I do, or you go to a gym, or do a prayer walk in your neighborhood, because that produces endorphins, and I refer to endorphins as happy hormones or joy juice. And that to me is we want to produce endorphins, not carcinogens in our body. And
Right.
so we do need each other. We need to build each other up and encourage each other. We're not alone. And I can tell you that I'm glad that I did take the plexus for me because I didn't realize that good gut health or bad gut health, how much it affects every area in your body. But
Hmm.
this last year, I've truly gotten acquainted with it and done a lot of research. And I am pretty healthy. I'm trying to put my weight back on, drinking lots of protein shakes. But other than that, I am healthier than I have been in a while.
Awesome. Awesome, Carol. Wow. Praise God. Just
Praise God is right.
yes. And I remember talking to you on when you were on the couch and you were just like, you were weak. I mean, your voice was like, wow. Yeah, look at all the hearts coming here, Carol. It was just like seeing the change that happened even after that first month. And I remember you telling me, and maybe you could share this, when you went to your doctor, they had said that it was going to be like 6 months before you'd be able to move much or anything. And then you went back and it was before that, because I remember talking to you one time, you just walked
Yeah.
home from where you were at either the store or taekwondo or something. And And your doctor was amazed at how fast you had recovered or on that road to recovery. And he asked you, what are you doing? And then he told you, keep going. Tell him that part. I think that's really important because doctors' hands are tied. I remember your doctor telling you that his hands are
That's
tied.
right. He did when I shared what I was doing. He said, as a doctor, I cannot talk about all the holistic stuff, but you can. So keep sharing what it is you're doing on top of whatever the doctors tell you. If you're doing something on a natural basis that's working, make sure to let people know because he said, my hands are tied. I'm not allowed to talk about holistic healing, which I think is personally very sad, but
Yes, yes, exactly. But the fact that he was so encouraged, because I remember you were ahead of pace with using the plexus, you were way ahead of the healing, what he had put out, with all those prescriptions and all the things, and to see these incredible results and that there's no cancer and that all the other things that you were dealing with. So it's just wonderful. So,
oh, and I'm off the inhalers, the steroid inhalers too.
yay!
Yeah, it's been about three
Huge.
weeks. My breathing is drastically improved.
Awesome. You were
So
the
I made some adjustments in my life that has made all the difference. I took some things out of my diet and stuff that were just no longer working for me.
Wow. Wow, that's fantastic. And you are the second person in the last 24 hours that actually has either eliminated or gone way down on their inhalers because of plexus, helping them get their gut healthy. And the great thing that I think all of you know is we can Google like lung disease or asthma or allergy and gut health, put and gut health. And you will see studies are all more and more and more and more pointing everything back to gut health. So, Carol, this is exciting. And the other thing that I think is really encouraging is Carol's been on this product 1 year. And I know we all have customers, right? We've all dealt with the ones like, well, it's been 2 weeks and I'm not all changed up yet, It's just, it's so important for people to understand that it takes time. We didn't get this way overnight, and it takes time to help our bodies just manifest healing. And the other thing that I heard yesterday when I was listening to Dr. Jessica Hogendorn, who is a diamond in our company, but she's also a naturopath. And when I re-listened to her video that said realistic expectations, I don't know how I missed this before, but she said for every year that you have had your issue, that you need to look at it as 1 month for the healing. So if you've had something for 6 or 7 years or even 10 years, it's going to take some time, if you add those months together. And that's why I love the length of time that Carol's been on it. And people go, well, how long are you going to be on it? Well, how long am I going to drink water? Like it's just, it becomes a part of your life. So I am so excited for you, Carol, and appreciate you taking the time. I was just trying to think if there was anything else you wanted to add or anything to.
I do. I just want to re-emphasize that, like you were saying, that it takes time to celebrate every little thing in the journey because it
Mhm.
can take. I'm still in the process because I'm still on the thyroid medicine. So it's still a process. But every time I drop a prescription, I get up and dance.
Yes, yes.
So
That
we
is,
need to celebrate ourselves
yeah.
in the process and give
Yep.
God some praise and say, thank you, God, you're doing your part as I do my part.
Yes, yes. Amen. Amen. That's exactly right. So thank you. Celebrate every victory. Even if it just means you can move a little better, and even when you started taekwondo again, things like that. I was so, just a little side note on me is when I finally went in and had my lab work. You're supposed to do it every year, and I sometimes procrastinate. So it had been a couple years, and but I was so confident. The reason I didn't go in wasn't because of any other reason other than I know I'm fine. I'm taking Plexus. I just feel like I'm great. And to sit there with the doctor and have him show me all the results that were so fantastic and so good. And I'm just so grateful to God that, again, Plexus keeps everything from your cholesterol was excellent, you know. I even asked to get my A1C check because he never checks that. And that was like way amazing. And, you know, just all these little things that I wanted to see. And so I just want to encourage all of you that, and I'll be 2 years. My anniversary is in September too, 2 years. So I can't say enough about the product. So, Carol, thank you so much for sharing. I'm sure there might be some questions, but I want to also keep this to the time frame. Let's see, it's 7:49, and I know we have Sunshine on. Are there any other guests on at all? Anybody else have a guest? Okay, and Sunshine, yes. Does anybody like I can just take about 3 or 4 minutes for questions? Dave, did you have one? Did I see you wave your hand? Except you're on mute. You're still
Hold
on
on. Yeah, yeah, I'm back on. Um, I just wanted to ask Carol, are all her like COPD, diabetes, and all those are those doing well for you, Carol?
Yes, they are. And I go in next month for my labs, but those actually showed pretty good in May. All of those did in May. So I go back. I just made my appointment today for Quest Labs for next month.
Cool, cool.
So I've gone about 4 months with great lab reports.
Yeah.
It's just the best feeling. That's amazing. That's
Yes,
And
awesome.
then
ma'am.
and
And
then
I just can't stop smiling because I remember where I was a year ago.
I
Oh,
do too. I do too. I wasn't even in your room, but you could not get off that couch. I remember it's just incredible.
most doctors and most physicians and surgeons have not had anything with holistic or natural products. So they know big pharma, but they don't know natural stuff. So yeah, go ahead and do what you're doing because it works. And same thing with my doctor. You know, they don't know what that can do.
Yeah.
So Carol, is your husband taking anything?
he has his own supplements that he takes. He takes similar stuff, but he hasn't gotten on the plexus yet. He's right here if you want to ask him what he takes.
We'll twist his arm. We'll
Yeah,
get
we'll
him
twist it
started on
arm
something.
next time. Yeah, next time we'll find out. Yeah. So any
Every, every,
other oh,
everybody produces candida yeast. Doesn't matter what he's taken, he's still producing candida yeast. And so he needs to think about that. He's probably taken some good stuff, but candida yeast is always there for everybody. And that's why we have to keep taking this stuff to keep that stuff down and get rid of the bad bacteria and the candida yeast. So,
Yes,
mhm.
sir.
Exactly. And we are one of a kind. I mean, we're the lead in the probiotic industry. We are, you know, everybody looks to us because we are the only ones that has that enzyme in our probiotic that gets rid of that excess candida yeast, which is how all the inflammation and all the things that you were dealing with, Carol, and why there's no cancer because candida yeast feeds cancer. So, also, this is preventative. Just to remind all of you, studies have come back that with when you keep your cells healthy and you reduce inflammation and you're balancing out your blood glucose levels, all those things, you're preventing future damage to yourself. So this is a one of a kind, best product ever in my book. And I'm just real excited for all of you to continue to share and tell people about this. And what I wanted to do, just jumping over here real quick, let me just wrap up with a little bit here on the share. We'll do a quick review of the slides here. Internet's a little slow. Hang with me a sec. It's going to flip over. I know it will. Do you guys see the slides? There they are. Okay, just took a minute. Um, I just wanted to can you guys see that this says Meet Plexus, the company?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
okay. So I just wanted to share this real quick, especially with Sunshine on, which she may already know some of this from her sister Carol, but we always like to share if we have any guests that this is our company. I mean, we are based in Scottsdale. We have an A plus BBB rating. We are the leader in gut health. We are also microbiome focused. Began as a breast health company, debt free, privately owned. All the products are made in the USA. And we are in Canada, Mexico, Australia, New Zealand, and we're soon to open, Carol. I don't know if you knew this, but in Japan in October. So,
I think you told me that this week.
okay, it's just
Yes.
amazing. And also, right now, because we care so much with our philanthropy and we want to give back, millions and millions and millions has been spent in that. But for every lean package of shake that you buy, and every reset meals are donated and hydrate. So that's very exciting too. So just a little bit about our company. And then we deal with not only gut health, but general wellness, immune health, the weight management, skincare, kids wellness. And we are all natural, plant-based, non-GMO, gluten-free, no artificial anything. We're third party tested and we have patented some of our products are have already reached patent level. This next slide just tells you about the gut, which we've been talking about, but sometimes it's good to see a little bit of a visual because gut health does have a huge impact on everything we do and our overall well-being, as Carol so clearly shared. And I don't know about you, but if you look over on the side here where it says, would you like renewed energy, sharper focus? I mean, some of the things she even talked about, your efficiency with your metabolism improves, healthy weight, clearer skin, better digestion. I had a lady the other day say, all you plexus girls always have such glowing skin. Well, it's because, and guys, by the way, because my husband's on it too. We have lots of men actually. They just don't do Zooms as much. But we love Dave because he's there. He keeps us rock solid. But anyway, just the whole thing. You just look younger, you feel younger, improved heart health. It's helped my heart tremendously, better brain health, insulin, cortisol balance is more even keel, which cortisol is really important to keep under wraps because it is um, something that can wear and tear on your organs and your body. Stronger immunity, and of course, longevity support. Did you know that 70 to 80% of your immune system lives in your gut? And that most of your feel good neurotransmitters, serotonin and dopamine, are made in the gut. It is your body's command center, it's our second brain, and your gut is home to trillions of microbes, including bacteria, fungi, and viruses, equaling or even slightly outnumbering your human cells. So that's just a little bit about why we love our plexus. And this is the pink drink, our famous pink drink, and it helps with so many of these things. And when I looked at that list, I went, oh, my goodness, yes. Not that I had insomnia, but I never slept as good until I started taking Plexus. Just really. And I had a lady today call me up and want to order some more things that because I gave her some samples of how to sleep better, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so good." So, there's a list of things there, and then also on our pink drink, we have two types. We have the Slim Microbiome Activating that Carol's taking. A lot of you take that. It's for gut health, blood sugar regulation, has prebiotic fibers. It comes in three different flavors. And then we have the Slim Hunger Control for those that want appetite control. It still will help balance out the blood sugar regulation, but it has soluble fibers to help you feel fuller longer. And when you use the pink drink, clinical studies show that it increases your akkermansia by 250%. There's other types of bacteria that it helps that you have in your body that helps it naturally grow and increase by up to 365%. So it's pretty amazing. Okay, so this is some of the other drinks we have. This can be customized at some point later, or you can try them sooner than later. But the active is a clean energy, supports nitric oxide production, mental clarity, muscle recovery, and immune support. I just can't wait to have my active. Love my active. And it contains the super seven foods, which are tart cherry, blueberry, kale, turmeric, broccoli, green coffee bean, and green tea. And then the hydrate, which is electrolytes, which are super important for you, as important as minerals. They're learning through the studies. And this comes with tart cherry in it, coconut water. You don't even taste this stuff, by the way. This is what's amazing. I don't know what they do because it is all super clean quality, but you just taste the flavor. If it says blueberry aside, that's what you're going to taste. Or if it says lemon lime, that's what you're going to taste. And it's sugar and caffeine free. And then we have the wonderful Restore, which is some of your favorites, this Restore too, because it does detox the liver and it helps your body run even more efficiently and is an incredible, incredible product that we recommend for people to just be their best version of themselves. So, these are some of the things that Candida yeast overgrowth can cause. And there's a list of them here. If anybody wants to have this, I can send it to you. But everything from, the metabolic digestive symptoms to IBS to hypoglycemia to thyroid dysfunction to constipation, diarrhea, cravings. And then you get into the emotional mental part, and that's headaches, migraines, sleep problems, lack of concentration, mood swings, ADD, anxiety, memory problems. Oh, and by the way, there's studies now showing too, and I have a video on it, that like Alzheimer's, dementia, some of the more senior things that happen as you get older, that with having your gut healthy, those have a less chance because they usually start decades before they actually hit. So getting your gut healthy, the younger you can get your gut healthy, the more you can, I want to use the word eliminate, but I have to be careful because we can't diagnose or treat or cure anything, but we can make it so that the chances of you getting it are far less. Let's put it that way. And then whole body symptoms like fatigue, muscle weakness, irregular heartbeat, cold hands and feet, allergies, like Carol was saying, eczema, dandruff, frequent sickness, asthma, sinus problems, and joint pain. And this is what we recommend everybody to start with. This is what all of you started with, and it's what Carol started with, which is our triplex. It is the OG of our gut health system. This is the foundation of everything else we have. And it's simple. It's three products. It's the Bio Cleanse, the Pro Bio, and the Pink Drink. And it weeds out the unwanted microbes, which are those excess Candida yeast, the bad bacteria, the viruses. And when you think about it, we have 27 feet of intestines, 22 on the short and 5 feet on the long. And that is where all that stuff lives. And so just imagine if you didn't have something that was getting that out, it just continues to build up. So we want to get that out, seeding your gut with beneficial enzymes, which is really, really important, and feeding and nourishing beneficial microbes, which are those microbiomes that you have in your body. So then, real quick, for those of you that are into the weight loss, there is always the 3-day reset, which helps you reset your metabolism. Helps with,
Sorry, hold on a minute.
yes.
Sorry to be disruptive. My dog sees somebody.
Okay.
Okay, stay quiet.
Oh, wow, that's a good dog. Yeah. So this is an incredible product that helps you achieve healthy weight management, nurture a healthy gut microbiome, and establish healthy eating habits. And it is the 3-day reset, which is 3 days of nutrition, 71 grams per day of soups, drinks, a shake, a chewy bar. It's just awesome. I love the reset. And for those that really want to, jumpstart their weight loss, we recommend both the triplex with the reset, and you get 50% off the reset that way. So that's pretty awesome. So that is a little bit about what we call our wellness bundle, either the triplex on its own to get started, or if somebody has weight loss as their primary goal, then we would say, jumpstart it with also getting the reset. So there's also skincare. That's our new thing that we have, which is an incredible skincare that's all natural. I mean, when I first heard about this, I went, wow, okay, so they're talking about skin microbiome, on your face or any place on your body. And some of these results have been quite amazing to see because the biological factors in our skin and in our gut working together. is incredible. So that's just a little bit about our skincare, but in the essence of time tonight, I'm just going to kind of keep going here. We can talk more about that now. If you decide to become a customer, what are the perks in it? Well, right now, there's free shipping for 3 months, which is pretty cool. I never got that. So I don't think any of us did. So we get free shipping on your initial order, and the following 2 months, you get wholesale discount of 25% off retail pricing. You earn perk points, which is going to have a new name here pretty soon that we're going to hear about. You accrue credits with each order you place and redeem for free products. And you get a free personal link, which gives you the option to share with others that you know might be suffering or just need some encouragement that they too can feel better when they get their gut healthy. And you earn credits. And in fact, right now, just as we close out here, let me just see. This is here. Okay. Right now, because a lot of people, in fact, the lady I was just talking to today, um, added her husband because they wanted some more stuff. He's starting to take some of the stuff. And I said, "Oh my goodness, that's going to be great because you're going to get $57 back on his order." And she went, "What?" I said, "Yes, because you add one customer right now, they're doubling the commission that they're paying people when you add a customer. So yes, initially you might have to pay that, you know, triplex price, but as soon as that order goes in, the next day you'll get a portion of that 57, which is $40 right away by 5 o'clock the next day. Unless it's a Saturday, it'll be Monday. And that happened to me yesterday when I added a customer and I got this little thing. It was $44 today. And I went, oh, that's so cool. You know, it just comes across your phone that you just got $44 deposited into your account or wherever you have it deposited. And then you'll get another 17 the following month when we get paid out the commission part. But this is just so exciting that as we share with people, and people that think about, okay, well, I got my sister or I got my mom, I got my best friend, I've got, somebody that could benefit from this. Just know that that is going to be, or your spouse, that you will earn those BBBs. It's called Business Building Bonus. So, and there's a lot more where that comes from. And, you know, a lot of times I think we are where we are to be able to help other people. That's my mindset. That I don't want to keep this to myself. I want to be able to help others experience going to the doctor after 2 years and getting your lab results, and they're just excellent. Like Carol going to the doctor and her lab reports are great. I mean, like all these things that you want others to experience. You don't want to leave anybody out. So I always say no one left behind because I want everybody to experience the goodness of getting their gut healthy, which will affect every part of your body mentally, physically, and emotionally. And you can live your best life ever. So that is our show for tonight. And I'm just going to come over here and I'm going to stop the recorder really quick, just a second.